Today, I'm going to share with you 5 different mistakes that not only new silver stackers make, but seasoned silver stackers have been known to make, myself included, and what you should do to avoid those. So if you like tips like this, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get into it. My channel is sponsored by sdbullion.com. New customers can get their first order of gold or silver at spot by going to sdbullion.com/new. So the first tip that I can give any silver stacker, this could be for new stackers, this could be for seasoned silver stackers, 1 year, 20 years, whatever it may be, is to do your best to not overpay. And what I mean is, like, you might be online and realize that, you recognize that the premiums on silver rounds are high. They're $3 an ounce over spot, $3.50 over spot, and then you see a deal for 1 ounce silver rounds for $2.75 over spot, and you're like, man, this is a really good deal. And so you snap it up without taking any more time to research. What you may not realize is that if you shopped around, there might be a local coin shop near you that you could have called that has silver rounds for $2 an ounce over spot. Or maybe a certain retailer has a special online for 1 ounce silver rounds for $2.25 of a specific design that they're trying to get rid of, whatever it may be. There's a number of different reasons, especially right now, for dealers to have specials on silver rounds. And a lot of that has to do with the demand for silver is not near what it was back in March. So dealers are once again trying to get every buyer to go to them. So they may put a special online for a certain silver round, and you can take advantage of that by checking around and looking for those specials. I have specifically seen prices as low, on sale prices, by the way, as low as $2 an ounce over spot for 1 ounce silver round. So make sure you take the time to look around and get the best deal, and don't overpay when stacking silver. So the next tip that I can give any silver stacker, and this kind of goes in with the first one of not overpaying, is not to overdo it on collectibles and semi-numi. Now, I say that knowing that myself, I have definitely bought a lot of very high-priced premium silver items. So, for example, I have been known to buy entire collections of things like Alien Series or Zombucks or whatever it may be. But when I do that, I buy 1 or 2 for my collection. I don't go out and buy 100 of that same design. It's better to go out and buy 1 or 2 and put it in my collection, or for example with Silver Eagles, to go out and put a full set of Silver Eagles together. Some people even like to do sets of rolls. But my point is it's better to buy more silver. So going out and buying 1 or 2 of those things that you can put aside, you can look at later and enjoy, because let's be honest, silver can be very, very beautiful. It's better to buy a couple of those that you can enjoy, and then the rest of your money be spent on that low premium, low price silver like we talked about in the first tip. So look around for 1 ounce rounds, 10 ounce bars, 90% silver, and things like that. Especially look out for sale prices that you can take advantage of and get really good silver at a really low price and low premiums. So definitely don't overdo it when it comes to stacking collectible or semi-numi silver. So the third tip that I can give any silver stacker, and I'll be honest, I've been guilty of this myself, is lack of diversification. And by diversification, I don't mean, get 100 rounds, get 100 eagles, get 100 maples, get 100 cougs. No. I mean specifically, don't go all in on silver. Now, you can diversify into a number of different places. For example, you can go into other precious metals such as gold or platinum. But also, don't just put all of your money into precious metals. First and foremost, make sure that you have a savings ready to go for emergency uses. So for example, if you get sick or in a car accident, something breaks, and you need to pay to replace that, you don't want to be forced to sell your silver at an inopportune time. So it's always a good idea to have cash available and ready to go. Additionally, you can also diverse into other investments. So for example, I personally, and this is not financial advice, but I personally have been known to invest in tech stocks. I've done a very minuscule amount of my portfolio in mining stocks and other things like that. Getting into the market is not a bad idea as well. But just make sure that you do a lot of research and you know what you're getting yourself into. I personally don't do the day trading thing. I just buy it and put it aside for the future. But I don't put all of my money into silver. That being said, silver is definitely the thing that I love the most, and the thing that I invest is not the proper word. The thing that I stack the most is silver for sure. But don't put all of your eggs into one basket. I couldn't warn you against that enough. So the fourth tip that I can give any silver stacker is to remember the old adage of, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. In other words, there is a lot of silver out there that is fake. And what I mean by that is like fake eagles, fake silver rounds, fake maples. They do exist, and they are becoming more prevalent day by day. So do yourself a favor. If the deal looks too good to be true, realize it probably is too good to be true. If you see a Facebook ad selling silver eagles for $10 a piece, buy 5, get 5 free, that's going to be fake. Nobody is going to sell silver at that price. Just keep that in mind. And another thing I'll tell you is to make sure that you have a good way to test your silver and a good knowledge of how to test your silver. I mean, make sure you get a couple of cheap ways to easily test silver, especially if you're buying it secondhand, say through Craigslist or whatever, instead of going into a coin shop where they'll have the testing equipment there in most cases. Make sure that you can test it on your own. So I've showed on this channel a number of different ways that you could test silver, whether it be expensive stuff like the PMV or very cheap stuff like the Pocket Pinger and a phone app. And I'll put links for those videos down below if you want to see them. But make sure you know how to detect and avoid fake silver. And again, like I said, if it's too good to be true, it probably is, and just move on anyway. Now, the last tip that I will give to new silver stackers, and honestly, seasoned people need to hear this every once in a while as well, is do not be impatient. Silver is 100% a long-term game. If your intent is to buy silver with the ability to flip it a month or two down the road and make a profit, it's most likely not going to happen, especially since in the physical silver market, you have to pay a premium just to get it. In other words, you have to pay above spot price just to get your silver. So then you have to turn around and flip it. You have to wait for spot price to go up to not only cover what you paid for it, but also cover the premiums before you can sell it and turn a profit. And a lot of the times it's going to go down, not up. And sometimes, for example, with silver eagles, say back in March when the premium was $20 an ounce over spot, well, today the premiums on silver eagles are under $10 an ounce over spot. So not only are you not going to get that premium of 20 back, you're not even going to get 10 of it back because you will not be able to get even 10 over spot for your silver eagles today, and spot is down as well. So if you are being impatient when it comes to stacking silver, you can definitely get burnt. So when you buy silver, realize that it's a very, very long-term game, and you should be putting it aside for the correct reasons, which is to get your money out of the US dollar in case something ever does happen where the US dollar basically, disappears into oblivion or whatever else happens. It's there for an emergency. It's there as an insurance. It's there as your own savings account, whatever it may be. But don't be impatient. And definitely, as I said in a previous point, don't ever put yourself in a position where you have to sell it at an inopportune time. So those are the 5 tips that I had for you guys today, and those are things that you should really think about whenever you're stacking silver, but that may not be all of them. There may have been a lot of things that I missed, so what I'd love to see is if you have a tip for new stackers or seasoned stackers alike that you've learned over the years, leave it in a comment down below and let me and others know what that is. Additionally, guys, I want to thank you for watching and ask you that if you like this video, to don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to help us continue to grow. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a video up above me, and this video is about how I believe that it's not too late to start stacking silver, and if you haven't seen that video yet, I highly recommend you watch that one next. Thank you again so much for watching, and we will see you next time.